are you? How the heck are you? How the heck are you?
We're going to do a podcast.
So let's get a little deeper into your story, shall we? Who are you?
How that?
That becomes a sticky wicket. You know, what's your juice? Let's get back on track. You've got a lot of things going on. What is it that you're curious about? You know, what you're doing. Right? Well,
Like, let's crumble up some falafel for you.
boom, 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 boom. It's been a whirlwind for you. What is it that supercharges you about this? Lots going on, lots coming up. Or is that too many stuff? Did I ask too many questions?
No, not too many questions.
So, welcome everybody. Thanks for joining us once again for Drop the Mic, the Chamber Podcast. I'm Mo Beliveau, the Executive Director of the Chamber of Greater Easthampton, and your host for Drop the Mic. We're here at Easthampton Media Studios, and we're very excited about that. Easthampton Media is our partner with this project, and I'd like to thank Jeff Mastriani, he's the executive director, Ryan Arnold, who is our production coordinator, and Tim Riley, who is operations manager. So thank you so much for always helping us along and making us look really fabulous. So we're back in the studio. We've had a little bit of a break, but this is our second episode. Third episode, and so we're moving right along and getting back to things post-pandemic-ish, and we have with us today our guest. I would like to welcome for episode 16, President of Web Tactics, Janel, Jorda. And Janel was one of those folks who, when I first came to the chamber, she was one of those first folks who came right up to me. She looked me in the eye and she said, if there's anything you need, if there's any help at all, I'm here, call me. And true to form, Janel has been that great assistance, great help, great champion, great cheerleader, and great friend over the years.
Wow.
And
that's a great way to start a podcast.
Yeah, and she has been helping the chamber in many, many ways. She is an exuberant ambassador. Mm-hmm. She is a huge champion of She Leads, which is our women's leadership conference, and she helps and supports us and sponsors us in that way with social media marketing and photography and drone footage and all that sort of stuff, but I'm going to let her talk about that. So, Janel, Jorda, how the heck are ya?
I'm great. I'm a little winded from the wind today at 35 miles an hour, but I'm great.
Excellent. And so we can get acquainted, everybody can get acquainted with who you are. Who are you? And what do you do? And, why do you do it?
I am Janel Jorda.
Yes, you are.
And I am president of Web Tactics, Inc. in Easthampton.
Can I just say one thing that is my absolutely favorite thing about you?
Sure.
That your family refers to you as?
Number 5. Janel number 5.
I love that. Okay, yeah. Sorry.
That's
Proceed.
Okay. That's okay. I am, in fact, the 5th one out of 6.
Yes.
And a funny name like Janel. In the 60s, Chanel.
Yep.
So I am president of Web Tactics in Easthampton, and we've been around since 2004, almost 20 years. Thank you, God, for that. And locally, a huge advocate for refugees, especially the refugees that we brought in through Catholic Charities into the Valley, and always a champion for animals.
Yes, you are. Our furry friends. We love you for that. So tell me, actually, before we get into, I want to know where you think that you are an expert in your field. But before we get to that, I want to talk a little bit about, you do, web design, you do photography, you do drone work. So tell me a little bit about each of those little pockets.
Well, Web Tactics is a full-service digital agency, and like you said, we literally run the gamut. Pardon me. It's not just web design and development. We get into search engine optimization services, social media management. We do branding, graphic design, logo creation, full service. And
Okay.
of course, now we have a thriving drone photography and videography business, westernmassdrones.com.
So tell us what that means, and tell us also about your credentials, because that's not something that everyone whom has a drone can do.
Yes, I am not a hobbyist. I'm an FAA certified drone pilot, as are the drone pilots that do work for us. But I like to do as much as that as I can.
I know.
Because I really enjoy the work, and it's creative sometimes, which I adore. But as far as the drone photography and videography goes, we run the gamut with that, because we could do creative marketing pieces for people, like in Holyoke, the hospital in Holyoke, we photographed the entire team in front of the hospital down in Holyoke. We photographed with our drone and took videos of the CEO on top of the building
Nice.
in downtown Holyoke. Those kinds of jobs are really fun. I enjoy all of it, but some of them not so glamorous, like inspecting water tanks for the city of Easthampton.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, inspecting
Cool.
inspecting church steeples
Yeah, cool.
that are in need of repair.
Yeah.
That type of physical work. We've done so many different fun things, though, that we're just really enjoying it. Solar inspections, all kinds of different things. Yeah, it's
Neat.
as they say, it's really taken off.
Ta-dum. So, I just tell me a little bit too about, because it was a rigorous thing to be like a certified FFA.
FAA.
Do you have your wings? Do you have?
I have an FAA drone license as a commercial pilot.
Is it rigorous?
Yeah, you do have to study for it. You have to study for it and then retake the test every 2 years. And the initial studying to pass the test, it's you would think that when you're going to become a commercial drone pilot, that you're going to go to the airport, you're going to meet someone, and they're going to test your skills of flying. And oddly, the way they designed this program when they decided to certify drone pilots is you study, but you have to know things about the weather, the wind, patterns.
Right.
Of course, flight, drone operations, regulations, FAA regulations, airport,
Yeah.
Latitude, longitude,
Yeah.
all those kinds of things. But I have to say, it was a really good learning experience. I actually doubted myself when I first took the test, because I keep recertifying. But when I took the test the first time, I was as nervous as can be. I was like, there's no way I'm going to pass this.
Yeah.
Because you don't really know what's on it the
Right.
first time, so it's so.
Overwhelming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you sit
Scary.
down in the airport in a closed room by yourself. You're monitored with video cameras on you, so you can't cheat. 'Cause
Right.
It's federal
Yeah.
FAA. And
Wow.
but here I am.
Wow. I think that's so cool.
Thank you.
Wicked cool.
I think it's cool too.
Yeah. So tell me, in what area in your world do you consider yourself to be an expert? And I know that you're pretty darn good at a lot of things, but what is your one thing that you would be like, yeah, that's
My one thing?
yeah.
Okay, if you're saying one thing,
Yeah.
because
I know there's many.
there's many.
You're amazing.
I'm going to throw you a curveball, and I'm not going to say web design, web development. But I'm going to say intuition and patience.
Oh, I love that.
And that
Why do you say that? I love that.
I say that, intuition, as a woman in business, this is one of my biggest lessons, if not the biggest lesson I learned as a woman, as a woman who owns a business, especially starting out. Women don't tend to trust their intuition. A woman walking down the sidewalk can feel a guy following her closely right behind her. Her gut flares, her intuition, bells are going off, but she doesn't want to offend him and turn around and look at him. She doesn't want to stop. She doesn't want to change her pattern in walking, so she goes on. But as a woman in business, I really feel we don't trust our intuition enough, and that gets us in trouble, and that gets us bad jobs and clients we don't really want to have as clients. And when you can really, truly, as a female business owner, learn to follow and trust your intuition, sky's the limit. And as far as patience go, as my beautiful mother has always said about me, you have the patience of a saint, number 5.
Number 5.
And I do. I have the patience of a saint. The reality is you will always have clients in business that are, I'm not going to say difficult, that are...
Present opportunities to find other solutions. How about that?
That's a nice way of saying difficult. But that you really need to dig deep and be super patient. And you know what I learned, because doing this for as long as I've been doing it, you, at first when you're doing this in business, you lose your patience and you're like, this isn't worth the money.
Yeah.
But as you develop patience and you've got a client that really takes up all of your patience, 99 times out of 100, I've found that at the end of that project, they turn out to be great people.
Yeah.
And there was a great project. They're super happy. I'm super happy.
Right.
And you have a client for life.
Nice, nice. Is there one thing or something that you wish your clients knew about that expertise or that superpower that you have that you don't think that they know?
Yes. To take web design as an example, when a company hires us to design a website, they're not just getting a web designer. They're getting internet marketing expertise, graphic expertise, brand management expertise, content advice, hand-holding from start to finish, full, and they're getting someone who's super patient with them. They're getting a partner in their own business. It's like they just hired this new full-time employee because we really, and I pride myself on that. And everybody that works for my company has to be that tolerant, patient, and good communication and caring about the client. Super important to me.
What is your favorite part of what you do over at Web Tactics?
Oh, that's easy.
Ooh.
Dealing directly with clients.
Yeah, you're a people person for sure.
I am a super people person.
Yeah.
And when I deal directly with clients one-on-one and then back and forth, and then at the end, they're super happy to see that happiness and get those emails and those texts. I am so glad I called you. I'm so glad that just fills my heart. And I know I've been doing the right thing for 20 years.
Right. Awesome. What's the best business advice you've ever gotten?
Embrace change. Embrace change. For as scary...
Wow, that's pretty timely too, huh?
Yeah. For as scary as change could be, without embracing change, you really can't grow in your business. And
well, your drone piece.
Well, yeah, and
that
embracing change. Part of that, especially nowadays, is embracing change with new technologies.
Yeah.
And if you feel the fear and do it anyway, and embrace new technologies early on, test them, get to know them, you can conquer the fear and you're way ahead and you're improving your business. Yeah, absolutely.
What's the worst advice you've ever gotten?
The worst business advice I've ever gotten is failure is not an option. Because I think...
That's interesting.
Yeah. Unless you fail a few times in business, you will never, ever be able to grow in your business.
Yep.
And I've always felt that was just the worst piece of advice. Failure's not an option. Fail often. Big. Learn from it, and then you grow from it. if you didn't fail,
Right.
how could you ever get better and
Right.
grow?
Right.
It's
Right.
yeah, I hate when I hear people say it, I always want to
Right.
get in the middle of that. But
Is there I want to say, an opportunity, a recent, maybe, or not maybe recent, but a time where you had the opportunity to grow, and what was that? And what was that? What propelled you? Like, what was the thing that happened, and what did you learn, and how did you grow from it? Does that make sense?
I think it makes sense. I mean, the first thing that comes to mind from what we've been speaking about already is, when drone technology was new to the market.
Yeah.
I knew it would be a game changer for our clients. And so I immediately, for as scary as it was, felt the fear, and I did it anyway.
Right. And it's a big commitment. You have to go and get certified, and
That's right.
it's a big commitment, and the equipment is and the cost
Very
of the equipment
expensive,
is
yes.
a big commitment.
Well, to be a commercial,
Yeah.
an FAA certified
Right.
commercial drone pilot, not only is it a commitment with studying and keeping up with the licensing, it is a commitment financially, like you said,
Right.
for the drone equipment, the safety equipment.
Right.
Because I don't just take a drone and, I have to actually have
Take it out for a drive.
I look a certain way, I'm dressed a certain way. I have to have, I sometimes do drone shoots very remotely.
Right.
Alone,
I've seen them. They're beautiful.
In the middle of the woods.
Right.
I could get hired to do some sort of drone shoot where I'm literally alone, and any person or animal could come out of those woods.
Right.
And I have to protect myself. So there's that. There's the drone equipment itself, extremely expensive. And you have to always buy new batteries.
Right.
Batteries that cost, $400 a
Right.
piece.
Right.
Buy this, with that memory cards, all that little minutia. And then as what happens in drone technology is, as the technology gets better and drones are released with better cameras, better technology, we have to buy into that too.
I just love the drone footage. I just love, and it's amazing to me that the perspective and beautiful, beautiful shots. I just love it.
That's one of the best things about drone technology is as you're standing on the ground.
Yeah. You have no clue.
Even if you go up 40 feet,
Right.
you're like, whoa.
I know.
But at 400 feet?
Now you're blown. Your mind is just, I know,
Yeah.
right? I know, it's so cool. So I would like to know, in general, regarding your business, what is your biggest challenge? And I don't mean during the pandemic. I want to know that next. But first of all, overall, what's your biggest challenge in your business?
My biggest challenge in my business. Well, the biggest challenge in my business, because as the owner, I'm responsible for the day-to-day, is working on strategy and growth.
Yeah.
I never have the time to sit down, look at the numbers, run reports, what's working, what's not, what did we excel in, and strategy and growth. I wish, but that's when you're the owner and it's day to day and you're literally running, and I work 7 days a week.
Right.
So.
And it's so important. Strategy really
It
is.
really is.
It's one of those things where we have to, as business owners, take time to be working on the business and not for the business.
Exactly.
And it's really hard sometimes for us to take a step back and say, oh, I need this 3 hours I need this 3 hours, and this is what I need to focus on.
Right.
As much as I don't feel like I should, it'll serve you far better in the end.
Yeah.
So on top of that, what was your biggest challenge during the pandemic? Or is, not was, is.
Well, I'll
So
tell
not quite
you,
out of it yet.
I am extremely blessed to have an online business, meaning everything we create basically is online. We, before the pandemic, met through video a lot of times.
Right.
Again, very blessed. I feel very blessed. I have, over these 20 years, brought on clients from a phone conversation. Well, yeah, I want you to send me the contract right away. I want to go with you. So that's been fantastic.
Right.
But our business ramped up because our existing clients said, we can't have people physically walking in the shop. What can we do? So they're embracing even more technology.
Right.
You know, like
Yeah.
online chat.
Very cool. What has been your biggest insight as a result of COVID?
My biggest insight would be that the coronavirus crisis created a practical imperative that we should be doing more work that we love to do.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And as my old boss, Seth Godin,
This always blows my mind every time you say this because, as you know, I really do love
you're
Seth.
a fan.
I am.
You're a Seth fan.
I am.
I'm surprised you don't wear the glasses.
I'm working on it.
Yeah, as Seth Godin once said, if ever there was a time to follow your passion and do work that matters, this is it. And that's the coronavirus crisis.
Yes.
That's what the coronavirus crisis brought out for me.
Right.
Absolutely. Because I've always done business with my heart.
Yes.
And when I do this heart work,
Yep.
I can lean into my values.
I know. So good. Isn't
And
it good?
to whether I want to say yes to this client or this contract. And when I lean into my values, when I'm doing work that matters, I'm using my values and my personality. And if something or someone is against those values, it's not worth it for me to take on that work.
Right. Nice. I feel like the chamber has afforded me that opportunity too. I feel like it has provided me the perfect platform for me to practice being the best Mo Beliveau.
And you're an awesome Mo.
Oh my God. So now we're going to move into some rapid fire questions.
Oh boy.
Janelle, you ready for this?
All right, I'm leaning into it.
All right. Are you a reader?
Yes.
What are you reading currently?
Absolutely nothing.
Excellent.
Because I have been obsessed with certain shows that my wife and I will binge together. And I have to admit that because of our life together and our two beautiful rescue boys,
Yes.
we get up at 4 a.m.
Yes.
So staying up late for us is not an option.
Yes. Well, I understand that completely because, my husband and I do the same. We're up at the crack of 4 a.m.
But I will say this, as far as reading goes, I have so many different interests, but what can relax me and what I find interesting is I really love a really good murder mystery. I love law, law and order. I like a lot of mystery. I like crime.
Tension.
Crime, yes.
Stress.
Crime and whodunit.
I can't watch that. I have to watch, what do I watch? I watch Forrest Gump, or I watch cooking, YouTube videos of people cooking on open fires.
Yeah, no.
That's what I do.
No.
I can't take anything, like Hallmark movies. That's what I watch because I can't take it.
Yeah.
And luckily my husband goes along for the ride because I can't take the stress either. So you have a soundtrack for your life, and you probably have several songs on that soundtrack, but there's one song that absolutely has to be there. What would it be?
Queen, Don't Stop Me Now.
Wow. Very nice.
I would normally sing it at this point, but no, I digress.
Oh, come on.
That's okay.
Just a bar or two.
At the next networking event at the chamber, you hand me the mic and we'll do a duet.
That's funny. So what's up next for you, Janelle? What's coming down the pike and exciting for you in Web Tactics?
We have, I can't even believe it has officially, on March 1st, just a few days ago, it officially has been 1 year since we moved our office from Main Street.
No
Can you
way.
believe it's been a year? I know, with the pandemic.
doesn't
Everybody loses track of time, but
Seen it.
we moved from Main Street, which we miss in many respects.
I know you do. You loved it there.
Yeah, to 186 Northampton Street in
Yep.
Easthampton, directly across from the Easthampton Post Office. Bonus that I can walk to River Valley Market.
Yeah, right?
Right. So, and it was a good opportunity. The building is good visibility.
Yeah,
you can
sure is.
obviously see, and today you can see our sign swinging in the wind. And it's a bigger, more parking for clients. But we have a lot of exciting projects that we're working on now. And shockingly, the snow is still all over the ground. The temperatures are freezing. The winds are high, but we have so many drone projects already lined up. In fact, I'll be going to Chicopee this week, Auburn next week. We just left the very top of the Mohawk Trail, rather, in Florida, Massachusetts.
Right?
Who knew it even existed? I didn't know.
Well,
until
it's
I
way
went.
up there, too, as a matter of fact.
Oh, it's up there. And that was actually, that was a really fun, creative project.
Cool.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
Where can people find you? Online?
As we say, it's worth a Google. But you can find us online at web-tactics.com, westernmassdrones.com. All you have to do is Google us. We've been around so long that we're all over the place. And of course, 186 Northampton Street in Easthampton.
Very, very nice. Thank you, my friend.
Thank
Janel.
you. Always a
Janel,
pleasure.
number 5, for joining me today. I'm so enjoying your beautiful smile. And I also want to thank Easthampton Media for allowing us to partner on this project. And thank you, Ryan. And in order to catch us online, you can check out easthamptonmedia.org, their YouTube channel as well. Hit the like button, share, subscribe. You can get us anywhere you get a podcast, if you want to view or listen. That's all I got for today.
Hey, thanks.
Thanks, man. Peace out, everybody.